What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're gonna work on the EF sedan exhaust system. Just realized I don't have my beanie on. Now, if you guys saw the previous video, we worked on the wagon. We put the turbo manifold and the turbo into the car and mocked up a bunch of stuff to kind of figure out what all we need to order and what all we need to buy to finish up the rest of the fabrication. Got some stuff placed on order for the wagon last night, and we just came back from the homie Kel's house to pick up some material for the downpipe for the wagon and also material for the exhaust system we're going to be building in today's video. Also, in the previous video, I did tell you guys that we got a package in which contains the main pieces to the exhaust system for the wagon. I want to show you guys just really quickly. I don't think I'm going to do a lot of explanation. We've done a lot of exhaust system here on the channel. The only difference between then and right now is we're going to be using oval tubing instead of the typical round tubing. I'm still sad I cannot find my razor blade, but lucky for me, these are stapled. So in here, I ordered 2 orders of 4-foot long 3-inch oval tubing, so we have 8 in total. And I also ordered a pair of flanges just in case we need to use them, which are right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the table and show you guys some of the other material we picked up today as well. On the table right here, we picked up 3 90 bend stainless steel 16 gauge for downpipes, and I got 3 just in case I need to cut 1 to make a 45. But we have these for the downpipe. I may use 1 for the exhaust. We'll figure it out when we get to it. We have these new rubber bushing that is going to be the hanger for our exhaust system. Kel likes to hard mount his exhaust system because if you guys don't know, the homie KELLYBUILT builds pretty fire exhaust systems, and these right here has been working out really well for him. And he showed me how to make the flanger for this, which shouldn't be too hard at all, but we're going to be switching over to this style to make sure our exhaust system does not move around too much. And then we also picked up these transitions, which is a 3-inch oval to 3-inch round, and we have 2 of those there. V-band, just in case I want to switch the V-band up in the front or the rear. We'll figure it out as we go. And then over here we picked up a MagnaFlow from the homie Mondo. If you remember Mondo, he had a turbo non-VTEC CRX on the channel about 2 years ago, and we picked up that from him because he had a spare, which is actually the same exhaust on the KRX, except it's a little bit shorter. That's a 24, that's a 20, and that's all the stuff we're going to be using in today's video, along with this Hercules adapter for my bandsaw to make it easier to cut pies if need to be. So finally pulled the trigger to buy one of these because the one that I made here, it's really nice and stuff to do small projects and stuff, but it's not truly straight, and it always cuts crooked when I do pies. And then we have this one over here, which I also DIY made, and this thing works well, but it also does not cut straight. Also picked this up from Harbor Freight, 750 lumens compared to these guys, which are only 500. I've broken these so many times now. Got a couple of broken ones up there, but picked up a new one just so when we get into the night, you guys can see what I'm doing instead of showing you guys stuff in the dark. And this thing has 3 modes, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, and it's pretty damn bright. And it's not even fully charged. So this is going to come in clutch tonight. I have the Hercules bandsaw stand all assembled and ready to rock and roll. This thing is looking very promising, although I don't know how the material is gonna be held into place. I think on the instructions says you have to buy another attachment, some sort of vise to kind of clamp down the material so it doesn't move and you don't have to hold it while it's doing its cut. But I'm not worried about it. I can figure it out with a C-clamp for now because I'm not going to run back to the store. Got the car up on jack stands, and let's do some brainstorming, some cutting, and some welding. Okay, a little context. 3-bolt flange. I originally bought the V-band because I was going to switch this to V-band, but I was like, you know what, the V-band is not going to sit any higher than the 3-bolt. So went to the backyard, cut this 3-bolt flange off the original front-wheel drive exhaust system that I built for this car just to use it. And we have this round to oval transition, right? So this transitions to oval right off the flange, just so we can keep it nice and flat all the way back. So right now you can see it is kind of pointing downward a little bit. I loosened up the V-band there to kind of move it around to see if I can get it a little bit higher. This is as high as I can get it to be straight with the mid pipe. Originally it was pointing over there, and I was going to build an S shape with pies to get to this part of the exhaust. So if I push this up, which, you know, I do have a bellow on there, I could flex it up just a little bit and it will butt up, except we have maybe I don't know, 1/8 inch maybe, or 1/4 inch maybe. No, it's a little under 1/4 inch. We have a little gap right there. Now if I push this up any higher, I could make it nice and flat, except the bellow now is being pressured into that position, especially because when I hard mount this, that's going to be tension at all times. It's going to be pressurized, pointing up. So I'm debating if I want to just put a little slant on the tip of this just to match up this right here without having a gap, or, you know, pressure it up like I just said. I'm sure you guys understand what I'm trying to explain here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just steady making progress, and we're just gonna have to do what we have to do to get this exhaust system all done. The goal is to have less gap because I am TIG welding all of this. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can just cut off maybe that 1/4 inch. I don't know, I'm cutting it like maybe 2 or 3 degrees. I don't know the mathematics behind degrees and angles and all that stuff, so we're really just messing around right now. I do have a C-clamp holding this into place, and if I mess it up, I'm just gonna go ahead and just chop it straight and just, you know, weld it up to the transition and just have that little pressure on the flex pipe. Not a big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and line this up one more time and let this horizontal saw have at it. I will say this thing needs freaking adjustment because it started doing really well and then it started going crooked. Can you guys see? Yeah, so it's been about a little over an hour now, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been struggling trying to cut pies. On the table, we don't have the vertical horizontal bandsaw anymore because stainless steel is a hard material, and I've already gone through 2 freaking blades dulled out, like 2 brand new blades, super dulled out. I put this one on, I only made 1 cut and it dulled out. You guys probably can't see it, look, super dulled out. And I didn't use WD-40 on the blade while it was cutting, and it dulled out instantly. So I've been trying to use my cutoff wheel to cut some pies, and that's not working either because the thicker one that I use takes too long to cut. The thinner one I use cut quick, but it flexes, so it cuts crooked. And I don't want to keep wasting material because I only got 8 feet, and the first 4 is already under the car. The back half is about 3, but you know what I'm saying, I don't want to keep making wrong cuts and run short of material. So I'm really trying to figure this all out right now before I continue forward. So I'll pick back up with you guys in just a moment. First and foremost, big shout out to the homie Kel for taking some time out of his day to cut me some pies. Actually, not a little bit of pies, but a ton of pies. We have some horizontals, some verticals to ensure we can get the mid pipe to go towards the back axle and out the back bumper. And not only did he cut the pies, we were hanging out, catching up, and this guy was talking about fishing. He wants to go do some bass fishing and stuff. So we were kind of talking about that a little bit, and I don't know, that might be something in the near future we might be doing. He wants to get into it, find another hobby, just kind of get away from all the car stuff we've been doing, and I might consider it. Kel did all the cuts. There are 17, 18, 19, 20. It's like 21 cuts here, and I just finished deburring everything with a flap disc and a deburring tool right here. And even though we lost some daylight, I'm going to still crawl underneath the car to mock up this whole back section and just do as much as I can. Guys, it's been a long 3 days of building this oval exhaust system for the K turbo all-wheel drive sedan, and last night we got everything all TIG welded up except all the hangers. While I was underneath the car last night, I did make a mounting flange for the midsection of the exhaust, and it fitted up really nicely. And this morning when I went to go test fit it, it was actually short. There's like a finger-sized gap, and I don't have any materials to make any more flanges or any hangers to hold up the back muffler. So I want to show you guys really quickly. We're using a different bushing this time around. Right there on the top, and you can see the flange is short, so that's useless to me now. The exhaust is maxed up as far as this corner goes, and if I push it up any higher, it's gonna touch the frame, and I don't want any rattling. So I'm gonna have to figure that out and the hanger back here at a later time when I get more material. But for the most part, it is fully fabbed up, and I kind of want to hear how it sounds. You guys probably also noticed that I have the muffler on the passenger side instead of the driver's side like we normally do for the EF and DAs. That is because we are rocking the all-wheel drive billet diff mount, and I want to keep that flossing. So when people like come up to this car at meets or shows or wherever it is I'm going, I tend to see a lot of people go underneath to see if this car's all-wheel drive, and it just makes it easier when the muffler is not in the way. So because this is on the passenger side, I'm actually trying to find another spare bumper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this section out, and then I'm going to cut the same over there and then move that cutout over here, mold it with like 3M panel bonding agent, and then we'll do the works and paint it back to black so we can have the exit on this side. And this here, I've already marked it out, but I'm gonna cut it off and I'm gonna do a turn down. I have 390 stainless 3-inch, and I'm gonna cut one of it into a 45 so we can turn it out like we did on Project Blueberry. And then when the cutout is here, it's just gonna, I think it might just come out to about right here and then turn down about right here. So we're gonna do that all later, but for right now, like I said, I just want to hear what this thing sounds like. I honestly do not want to keep this video running for too long, and I'll take care of all of that once I have all the material. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ECU and my keys and fire this baby over. I'm very nervous about the exhaust because there is no resonator. But usually with a turbo, the turbo is the silencer. And on my all-wheel drive CRX, the red one, I had 2 twisters on it, and the car was so freaking quiet with the vibrant muffler that a lot of people didn't even really tell that the car was heavily modified as it was, aside from the twin disc and the fuel pump. So hopefully with this MagnaFlow muffler, it'll be nice and quiet. I'm gonna put you guys in the back. So the exhaust sounds really good. I like it. It's kind of deep in the back, but overall super quiet up in the front half of the car until it gets to the back. I also think it's kind of like resonating off the bumper because it's not fully out. But aside from that, I'm pretty happy. Once the muffler gets broken in a little bit, I think it'll tone down. But honestly, like if you're here in real time and you listen to it, you can hear the idle of the car. I approve. I approve. All right, so you guys heard it. The exhaust sounds freaking awesome. I actually had it turned on and I sat inside the car with the doors closed, and dude, you can talk normally in there without having to yell at each other. Before I cap out this video, I got a package this morning. Let's see what's inside. This package came from Ben over at Restotuners. I'm gonna have to get a new razor blade because I still can't find my Craftsman. Cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Shout out to Restotuners for always sending out care packages in the last couple of years to support some of the builds, especially the stickers. It kind of refreshed a lot of the cars that I sold recently. But let's see what's all in here, because this is unexpected. As always, we have the Restotuner card right here, and we do have a letter in the back. It says, Dana, we appreciate your continued support and wanted to get some items out to you that we think you can use. Feel free to reach out with anything further you might need. Ben at Restotuners. Man, I appreciate y'all for real, man. I can't thank you guys enough, because there's some stuff in here that I most definitely can use. Oh my goodness, I just saw this right now. First in the package right here, we have a hood prop clip. This right here, I tend to break them all the time when I do engine bays, and all of my cars, it has a hood prop. The hood prop itself is just sitting on the paint and it's getting scratched up. So this right here is going to come in clutch. I truly do appreciate you sending this over, for even taking notice that I'm missing those little details in the engine bay. Second up, we have a key right here from Honda, and this right here is going to come in clutch because my sedan only has one key, and on top of that, it's an aftermarket key, so definitely going to get it cut so we can have two for my car, one emergency and one for the daily usage. We have Honda Bond, which is crazy. All my years I've ever worked on Hondas, I've never used Honda Bond. It's always Permatex Ultra Gray, and it works perfectly fine, but something about Honda Bond, man, like, I don't know why all these years I don't use it, but thank you for this stick. We'll put it to use here real soon, because got a couple of transmissions to open up. We have this right here, I want to say is for the EF sedan, because we have these two little small squares right here. These are the foam that goes between the taillights for your car specifically. Restotuner has them for all the make and model, so be sure to check out their website. Definitely gonna put this to use, because the last time I took out my taillight to wrap the car, the freaking gaskets are like almost unexisting. I needed this. I was gonna go to Honda to buy a couple of these, and you just came in clutch. Thank you for this Honda oil filter. I'm definitely gonna put this when we finish dyno tuning the car. We're gonna switch over to VR1, and obviously I'm gonna need to switch a filter out, so thank you for that. Oh my goodness. Galvanized bell housing bolts for the B and D series. This thing looks so freaking fresh, except none of my cars are B series or D series. But I do have a B series build coming soon. Right here we have B series transmission case bolts. These are all the 12 mil. This is gonna come in clutch. I was literally just saying that we're gonna open up a couple of transmission here soon, and this is definitely gonna come in clutch, because one of the transmission is already painted and everything, and the bolts and everything on it as well are also painted. So this right here is gonna give it a nice little touch. I appreciate that. Oh, and there's more. This right here is slave cylinder hardware. Oh wow, this is the 12 millimeter for the slave, especially because all my cars are converted hydro and I have a bunch of mismatched bolts on there just to hold it in place. So this right here is going to come in clutch. I appreciate you so much for that. This right here is the clip for the front half of the hood prop. The hood prop goes on top, and then the two in the bottom is for the like windshield reservoir hoses. So definitely nice to have this piece right here, because again, my car doesn't even have it at all. Right here we have B series oil pan drain bolt. Dude, the galvanized, I'm telling you guys, man, freaking awesome. Didn't realize that Restotuner even had this, but now you guys know. And then we have the interior screws. Man, I tend to collect a lot of these from the junkyard because I keep losing them, because look how small they are. But also didn't realize that they offer these as well too. So if you guys are missing interior screws, man, Restotuner's got you. Last thing in the package right here, we have an assortment of hardware. This is freaking awesome. You got a bunch of 10 mils. You got the Acorn 10s, 10 nuts, 12 nuts, 14, 17s, studs. Dude, if you guys are a Honda head and you guys want to keep spare hardware lying around, be sure to grab this Restotuner assortment package. Brand new hardware, instead of having to go through your old bin to find bolts to scrub and clean to use it on whatever project you're using. This right here is going to come in clutch for anything that I want to be nice and pretty. Shout out to Restotuners, man. I'll put the link in the description below. Thank you, Ben, and the friends over at Restotuners for always supporting the builds. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the oval exhaust fabrication for the EF sedan. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for the dyno video, because after I finish these hangers, we are gonna schedule our dyno to get this thing to make some power. If you guys want to stick around and see that, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.